Well. You guys may remember the alleged, air quotes in the studio, alleged Pearl carjacking from Memorial Day weekend. We got us two, not one, but two, effed around and found out grand champions to crown here tonight on the Clay Edwards Show. We even got the belt out, so you know it's a big night here when we get to crown a couple brand new champions. But first, real quick, this video is brought to you by the free testosterone screenings for men and women at Men's Health of Mississippi. Just text my name, Clay, in all caps to 601-327-8550. A couple of the symptoms that could be a sign that you're suffering from low T include fatigue, decreased muscle tone, lack of energy, low libido, brain fog, sleep disturbances, and struggles with losing weight or even being obese. Again, just text my name, men or women, to 601-327-8550. Just text Clay, all caps, and they're going to get you hooked up and scheduled for an appointment at their Madison, Mississippi office. All right, let's get into it. Man, this is some red meat for what Clay Edwards does. I mean, I may make my whole radio show about this right here all by itself tomorrow. Two people have been charged in a false report of carjacking. But first, let's go back to Memorial Day weekend when this original crime happened and everybody in Jackson was all up in arms. Clay, why ain't you talking about the Pearl carjacking? I thought crime only happened in Jackson. You know, even if the story was true, they were leaving out one important thing. The lady allegedly got dropped off in Jackson after she got carjacked. So clearly the guy was going back to Jackson if that story was true. So anyway, that argument doesn't hold water. Here is the, just to refresh your memory, here is WLBT from May 27th, I believe it was. Yep, May 27th.
Out of Pearl, where authorities are searching for a man who carjacked a woman. Now, this incident took place around 11 a.m. at the Save-A-Lot on Highway 80. Jackson police say the armed suspect ordered the woman to drive as she was getting into her 2022 black Nissan Altima. He then pulled her out of her car.
Black Nissan Altima. It's always some Nissan Altima drivers up to some shenanigans. We call it Big Altima Energy here, BAE, B-A-E for short.
On Mockingbird Lane in Jackson after hitting her multiple times. The woman was sent to UMMC to be checked out. Multiple agencies are investigating, including Jackson and Pearl Police. But today,
Well. All right, let's get to the updated version of the story today. I'm going to play the video, but I'm going to read y'all the whole story because there's a little bit more to it than simply a false police report. Did these people also rob the Dairy Queen in Pearl? It appears at minimum they may have been involved. Now, they're still innocent until proven guilty, but I'm not scared to go ahead and just say that they look really effing guilty. Again, here's WLBT.
News from Pearl now. Two people now charged for falsely reporting a carjacking. You may remember that initial carjacking report we told you about at the Save-A-Lot, May 27th. Well, police now charging Chaquinta Russell and Kenbrosky Smith.
You know, if you follow my pages on social media, you know, I've realized that the more vowels somebody has in their first name, generally speaking, not 100%, don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. The more vowels somebody has in their first name, the more likely they are to be involved in some criminal shenanigans. And Chaquinta here is checking off with 4 vowels. So she's right there at the entry level of a ridiculous amount of vowels in her name. Kenbrosky over here, what, A-E-I-O, only has 2. So anyway, continuing.
Pearl police say detectives learned Russell stole night deposits from the Dairy Queen, then claimed she was carjacked. Police in Madison found the reported stolen car June 8th with Russell and Smith inside.
Now, Chaquinta is also the manager of the Dairy Queen. Was it an inside job? Apparently so. I expect more charges are coming.
A bank bag was also located there.
All right, so let's go over here to Jackson Jambalaya, Kingfish's website. He has the Pearl Police report up. I'm just going to read the whole thing to you because I just want to make sure we got all the information right, guys. If we're gonna talk about it, I just want to make sure all the details are there. I know this is kind of small. Y'all aren't going to be able to see. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pull their faces up for you so you can just get a good look at them, see what they look like, and I will read the rest of it to you. So August 26, 2024, this is from Pearl Police Chief Nick McClendon. Pearl Police detectives arrested individuals responsible for falsely reporting of armed carjacking that occurred in the Save-A-Lot parking lot May 27, 24. The suspects arrested, described as Kenbrosky Santrell Smith, 38, from guess where? Guess where, son? Guess where Kenbrosky is from? Jackson, Mississippi. He's been charged with accessory after the fact. And Chaquinta Linnell Russell, 41, from what I call South Jackson, Byram, is charged with a false report of a crime to law enforcement. Embezzlement and other charges are pending. Back on May 27th, around 11 a.m., Pearl Police Department received a call from JPD stating they responded to a residence in their city in reference to a female stating she was carjacked at gunpoint in Pearl. Further information gathered from the female stating a male made her drive to an address in Jackson, forced her out of the vehicle, and stole the vehicle. The female was transported to UMMC Hospital for evaluation for minor injuries. So it sounds like she actually took a couple licks just to make this story seem a little more legitimate. Pearl PD detectives responded to the scene and began their investigation. Detectives learned that the alleged incident occurred at the Save-A-Lot grocery store located at 3111 Highway 80. The female stated she left the store, walked to her vehicle to find a male in the backseat armed with a firearm who told the female to drive. The male forced her out of the vehicle in Jackson, and that's when she called 911. The female told detectives that she was a manager at the Pearl Dairy Queen and she had a bank deposit in the vehicle. Throughout the course of the investigation, detectives learned that the night before the incident, an unknown person came into the Dairy Queen and stole the night deposits for the business. But she did not report the incident to law enforcement or the business. On June 8th, 2024, with the assistance of the Madison Police Department, the carjacked vehicle was stopped in the city limits of Madison. Both Russell and Smith were in the vehicle along with the bank bag that was allegedly taken during the carjacking. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Both individuals were detained by law enforcement and transported back to Pearl PD for questioning. Both Russell and Smith denied knowledge of anything. And Smith refused to speak to Pearl PD detectives. Kenbrosky Smith was charged with accessory after the fact, and Chaquinta Russell was charged with false report of a crime to law enforcement, embezzlement, and again, other charges are pending. The case is still an ongoing investigation. At the conclusion of the investigation, this case will be presented to Rankin County District Attorney Bubba Bramlett's office for prosecution. Well, is anybody surprised here? I did a video about this when it first happened, and I said, frankly, it's highly unlikely that these people wouldn't get caught. I frankly expected them to be caught within 24 hours and to be issuing a brand new effed around and found out grand champion to some idiot for carjacking in Pearl. Little did the Clay know that I'd be distributing not one, but two effed around and found out grand championships to these two future rocket scientists, engineers, and maybe even one of them was probably going to be an astronaut one day, just not today. Good job, Pearl PD. Good job, Madison. I guess Jackson was involved on some level. Again, this kind of stuff doesn't happen in Pearl. People do not get carjacked at grocery stores in Pearl, Mississippi. One thing I know about Jacksonians, having been one for 43 of my 47 years on this earth, is most Jacksonians know you don't F around and find out in Pearl, Mississippi. They are typically very scared to cross that bridge if they're up to any kind of shenanigans, expired driver's license, expired tag, riding dirty, any of that. They just know better. And that's why we make so much fun of the ones that forget they in Rankin County and they ain't in Jackson anymore, Toto. Anyway, this didn't pass the muster test when it originally happened. But hey, there is the occasional idiot that doesn't quite understand the consequences and repercussions of effing around in Pearl and does slip through the cracks. It just seemed a little weird to me. It seemed a little weird that there wasn't video of the incident. Just a few things that were just a tick off, but hey, we reported on it anyway because it was on the news. And I knew that we would eventually get to give Pearl police the kudos for capturing a couple of idiots and giving them the effed around and found out grand championship. Again, great work to all parties involved. And a couple thugs off the street for now anyway. I'm not sure if Mr. Smith will be getting a felony for his actions, but clearly Miss Russell is on the way to multiple felonies, business robbery, burglary, whatever you want to call it. Great job, man. I just can't say it enough. Great job. Don't F around and find out in Rankin County. Keep that shit over in Jackson. Be sure to tune into the Clay Edwards Show every Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 103.9 FM WYAB. If you like my shirt, they can be bought online at buyfafo.com. That's buyfafo.com. And here to the end of the month, I've got them $10 off if you use the promo code FAFO20. That means only $20. FAFO20 at checkout, all caps, and get your FAFO shirt and help support a brother for only $20 plus shipping. See you on the radio tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 103.9 FM, WYAB. Please hit like, subscribe, share, hit that bell for notifications when videos drop. You'll be the first to know. I sure do appreciate all your support. Appreciate you spending the last 11 minutes and 50 seconds with your boy.